I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. I used to run this segment called Office Hours. I mean, technically, I still run it. I just haven't done one in a while. And so I'm going to read a comment or question that I got off YouTube, and then I'm going to build it live and just try and answer the question as best as I can. But if you're new here, my name is Marquis Murray. I'm the CEO at Surface. We are proud Asana partners. And I make videos like this every single week to help you and your team get the most out of your investment. And one of the reasons why I love having this channel is I get great questions like this one that give me inspiration for these demos that we provide to you week over week. And it also gives me a chance to connect with the audience. So I'm going to read this question and then we're going to get to building. I haven't done anything yet. I'm going to do this all live. So you're going to see me kind of think through this solution as we get going here. So, and the title was Budgets for Projects in Asana. This is from adept_ambition 8609. So hi everyone, I'm a project leader on an office move within the company. I was wondering if anyone had any experience or tips with integrating budgets in a large Asana project, like for example, a way of assigning figures to individual tasks. Naturally, Excel would be the way to go, but it could be useful to have somewhat of an overview of the budget side of things simultaneous with the logistics and planning aspects. So great question. We're looking at how we can effectively track budgets. And I often will get this question. Typically, it's from people that are using the free or the starter plan and don't have access to portfolios. But as soon as you go to that advanced tier, that's where you can really start to utilize this budget roll up. So let's just see what this looks like. I'm just going to build out a project and I'm going to show you what this can look like in a couple different ways. So let's just go to create. Again, I haven't done anything for this. Going to pull up a project. We'll use a template and let's see what we can find here. Product marketing launch. Yeah, that should work. Okay, let's go create that project. So it's going to start loading up here. I'm going to switch to the list view and show you what this can look like. Now, the use case for this could be a marketing team. It could be PMO trying to track org-wide projects that are coming through. It could be a construction company that needs to track their different construction or renovation projects. And so when I do these demos, I always kind of suggest, put your own use case to it. But I'm going to show you kind of high level what this could look like. So great. So product marketing launch, I guess for this use case, let's think about the fact that maybe we've got multiple people. We've got maybe a social media manager, a content creator that's covering this here. We've got web. So maybe that's designers, content writers, or copywriters, I should say. Email, same thing, copywriters, and maybe it's a social media manager, and then PR. In this case, these are all examples for us, but let's just say social media, we have to create, I'm just going to put social media content, and that'll be assigned to someone. What else do we have to do? We have to set up calendar for posts, for web, design new homepage, update homepage, and then we have to maybe like write copy. Now, what this can look like is a couple different things. Here we just have some tasks. As you can see, our custom fields are, single select options, but I'm going to actually go in and I'm going to set up, an estimated time, and I'm going to set up a dollar amount. So if we go to our customized section here, I'm going to set up our fields and I'm going to add we're going to time our work here. So you've got estimated and actual time now. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to browse my library for a budget. Let's see if I've got one. Budget hours, budget, health, daily. Okay, so no budget in there right now. I'm going to create one for us. So just say, there we go. And this is going to be called um, campaign budget. Like so. All right, so now we've got our time there. If we want to get workload and capacity, that's a budget we want to track, time and how many hours we have. So let's say we have a total of, 100 hours for this project. Maybe this is 5 hours and, that's 10 hours and so on. We can kind of go down. Of course, you have to assign the task to someone and then give it a date in order for that to reflect on the portfolio. But let's just go in and put in some numbers for budget. So let's assume that for Twitter copy and assets, we need to pay someone to do that. And so out of our budget, maybe we've got a budget of $5,000 for this campaign. This one's going to cost us 500. And then for create social media content, we've got a budget of, let's call it $1,000. There's a lot going on. We got to bring in a videographer, maybe. And so we've got to make sure we account for things like that. We got to bring in a photographer, and then we got to set up our calendar posts. And that's time we're going to have to assign to either the social media manager or their assistant. And so I don't know, let's just put in 250. Not going to do the whole thing. I think you understand. But now is where it gets, interesting. So under social media content, I'm actually going to take it one layer deeper to answer this question a bit better. I'm going to add in a couple subtasks. So I'm going to say subtask number one is hire videographer, and then we're going to hire, maybe they're the same person, photographer. What's nice about this is we've got our $1,000 there. You'll see that we can now roll up the time in subtasks to the to the parent task. So if we're creating social media content, the videographer, don't come at me here. The videographer wants 500 of that, and the photographer wants 250. Maybe this is an hour-long shoot, or I don't know what it is. These are not real numbers. But as you can see, let's just close this up. That time or those dollar amounts have now rolled up to that parent task. So that's one way we can do it, right? Like if this entire section here was, let's just do social media budget, we could say the entire social media budget is $2,500. That's one way we could do it. We could also list them all out like this. For the purpose of this example, I'm going to remove this $1,000 at the parent task. So all we're going to have is that 750 right there. That's another way you could do it. So you could keep it all inside of the project, but we're often not just looking at one project and trying to understand budget for that one project. If we want to take a step further, we could then go to the dashboard and we can add a chart. And now we can say that I want to create a numbered chart, not based on task count, but based on the custom field campaign budget. So now we can see overall what that looks like. And let's see, let's compare by task completion. We can see how much has been completed out of that budget and how much is incomplete. So we could do something like that. And then I could, oh, still have campaign budget. It already gave it to me. Great. But now I can go and I can duplicate that chart. I can go back and edit that. I can go to completed tasks, and then I can say sum of campaign budget, sum of maybe spent campaign budget, like so. And obviously it's 0. So then if we go back here, right, I can complete this task and complete that task. Let's give Asana a second to catch up here. There we go. So here's our sum of campaign budget. That's what we have remaining. And then here is our spent budget, right? So we could do that. We could keep everything within the project. That's perfectly fine. But with you as a project manager or campaign manager, you might have multiple projects that you want to manage, and you can't be drilling down into each project every single time. So let's go and create a portfolio, and we're going to add in this product marketing launch project to it. Let's go in here. I'm going to create a portfolio, and maybe we'll call this marketing. And what I love about this is I'm going to create a nested portfolio because I often get these questions as well. So I'm going to add another layer of portfolios here. I'm going to call this, going to add a little bit of fun to it, marketing campaigns. And where nested portfolios really come in handy is you can maybe come back out and then you can do something like this. Where you can create another portfolio. We can call this marketing, branding. I don't know, and they can kind of work in there. And then you can have all the branding or the design projects in here as well. So if you're not familiar with nested portfolios, go and check it out. But let's go into the campaigns now, and I'm going to add that project that we just created, our product marketing launch. There we go. So As we know, with portfolios, you can assign an owner, you can set the status, we can see the task progress as those tasks are completed, and we can, group and do a whole bunch of other things that we might want to do. But in this case, I'm going to show the budget at this level as well. So another way you can do this is now you can come in and you can select from the library, and I didn't add that one to my, let me go back in here. I didn't add that custom field to my library. So let's go and add it to the library first. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to choose from the library my campaign budget. So there we go. And now I can come in here and I can say our budget is $5,000. But that doesn't really help us because then we're updating the budget here in the portfolio and we're updating it in the project as well. So what we want to do, rather than bringing in the same field, is we want to remove this field from portfolio and we're going to add a roll up field at the portfolio level. So right here, we can add a roll up. And now what this will allow us to do is right here in the advanced section, we can go in and we can provide different inputs. We can tell it what we want it to roll up based on the projects that we've added to this portfolio. So let's go to inputs and I can choose to roll up my estimated time, my actual time. But in this case, I'm going to roll up my campaign budget. And I'm going to create that field. And let's just call this marketing campaign budget, long field, I know, but we got to give it something. And let's go and create that field like so. Now what it's doing is it's automatically rolling up that amount right to here. Okay, so that's taking all of the, let's switch this to the default view. There we go. It's taking our $3,500 and it's adding it up. Now, if we did go in and wanted to change the value of this parent task, let's put that $1,000 back, right? What do you think is going to happen? It's going to automatically roll up here to that 4,500. Okay. And so it's really nice that you have the flexibility to do this. And then again, as you're completing tasks, if the budget does change, you can make those changes here at the task level where it really matters. But then for the people in your team that just need to see a high level overview of, what is remaining, then, or what the budget is, sorry, and where everything is, then you can come up here and you can see that information as well. But now what if you want to actually see the budget that's been spent so far so you can compare these two numbers, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our project here and where we have the campaign, what is this field called? Campaign budget. We're going to create one right next to it, just called, campaign budget spent or budget spent. We'll do in this case. So let's just go budget spent. We'll make this one a dollar amount as well. And then weekly or biweekly, whatever frequency you want, whatever you're doing your update on how much time was actually spent or how much budget was actually used, how much you actually paid the photographer or the videographer, whatever the case may be. So let's say they ended up staying longer or they upsold you on site. Now you actually spent 750. The photographer wasn't there as long, so you only paid them, 100. And so now you have this other category where you can then come in and see, okay, what's the budget and what's been spent. If we go back to our portfolio here, you already know what I'm going to do. Let's go and roll up, and then we're going to find that budget spent amount, and we're going to say budget spent like so. Already exists. Of course it does. There we go. And now it's going to bring up that number. Okay. So what's really nice about that is you've got the visual here of what the starting budget was, and then you've got the remainder right here. But what if we wanted to do it automatically? Like, how much do I have left in my budget here? Okay. So I'm going to do budget remaining. That's not how you spell it. There we go. Now we can just do a basic formula for this. You don't have to do anything advanced. We can then come in and we can say, okay, what was our starting budget? And the function here is we want to subtract. And then we want to do what the budget spent was. And so let's create that field. So now we've got our starting budget. we've got the budget spent, and then we've got our budget remaining right there. So I've shown you a few different ways you can go about this. Just depends on, how much detail you want, where you want to see that information, and what level of Asana you have. Again, if you're on the starter or the free plan, you're not going to have access to portfolios and roll up fields. You'd need to have at least the advanced option. And then, like we did at the project level, we can then go into the dashboard here. Okay, there's not one here for me, so let's just go ahead and create that chart. Let's create this based on the projects that are in my portfolio. We'll change this to a number rather than project count. We're going to see budget spent right there. So then this is the sum of the budget spent, and then we can have our information right there. And like we did at the project, we can create what our starting budget was so that anyone who just wants to see a quick glance can come straight to the portfolio of all the different projects we would have here to see how we're doing. So hope you found this helpful. Thanks so much for submitting this question. I love these types of videos. And if you have a question that came up from the demo, please make sure you leave it in the comment below so I can make a video in response to that. But if you got value from this, make sure you give it the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because it's really through your engagement and your activity that we're able to reach more people just like you. So thanks as always for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.